Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Dr. J. Laguardia. Dr. J is the CEO, founder, and TriplePLife and Power, Passion, Prosperity. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Dr. J. Doctor, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, Siddique, for having me. I'm very excited to be with you today and your audience.
Feeling is mutual. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
In life, there's seminal moments. And particular one that I'll share with your audience today is I was sitting in my office, my first business. We'd been in business a couple of years. We were struggling mightily. My wife was my business partner. Marriage was on the rocks. Relationship with the kids were just, it was terrible. My health was terrible. And I just wasn't enjoying being an entrepreneur. I actually thought about getting out. And a friend of mine had suggested I speak to a coach that he had hired. I thought, well, at this point, what do I have to lose? And he called me. I got on the phone. I explained to him everything that was going along in my life, my business. And not surprisingly, it was everything outside myself. I blame everybody for everything that was going on except the one person who was involved in all aspects of it, which of course was me. And about 5 minutes later, there was dead silence on the line. And I thought he hung up. And I said to him, "You still there?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "I know exactly what's going on in your life and what we need to do." And I was like, "Great, tell me what it is." He said, "Your life and your business are waiting for a leader to show up, and it's not you." And at that moment was the first time in my life somebody ever held me accountable for the decisions I made. First time I held myself accountable for the decisions I made. And from that moment on, I decided to understand that everything that was going on in my life was a direct reflection of my thoughts and the actions and behaviors that I've taken, and no longer to blame it on someone else. From that moment on, I started to immerse myself in growth, personal and professional development, and life really changed significantly after that.
What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid?
Well, for me, number one is get your ego out of the way. As an entrepreneur, we have that hustle mentality. We're excited and passionate in most cases about starting a business, but we don't know all there is to know. And there's an amazing network of people out there who are way smarter than I was. And if I was smart enough to hire them or to learn and study from them, I could have experienced success much quicker and saved myself a lot of pain and anxiety. Literally, it almost cost me everything in my life. And so get the ego out of the way so you can learn from other people who are smarter and have already done what you want to do. Number 2 is learn how to become a dynamic leader. So leadership is personal and also professional. Personal, you can't lead others until you lead yourself. So learn how to lead yourself. Learn how to work on you each and every day, because then other people will tend to follow you. And then inspire your team around you with a purpose that gets them so excited they can't wait to get out of bed and come to work each day because they love being a part of what you're doing. And they will help build your business for you. That's the exciting part about it. And number 3 is always hustle. But hustle to the point where you have balance in your life. You can still have a great family, great relationships, and great health. You don't have to suffer and sacrifice everything on the hustle to success if you're mindful and intentional to have balance in your life.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
My greatest failure story is, it was back early on in my early 20s, and I was struggling, dealing with some past pains and injuries from as a young kid, and I was dealing with lots of anger, and this anger was incredibly destructive. Anger is kind of like a boat in a lake. As the captain of the boat, you can't see all the turbulence behind you. All you see is the smooth lake in front of you. But the weight behind you from your anger is just leaving everything and everyone behind you just in a really bad state. So I had to literally bottom out from this anger so I can begin to understand what was feeding it, and then begin to work on me to turn that anger into love turn that anger into empowerment, and use that as the fuel to build my success in the future.
What are the top three success? Excuse me. What are your top three success secrets that others can model from?
Work on you, right? Every day, take time to invest in your own mental well-being. If you get up each and every day and put about 10 to 15 minutes in to create the day in your mind first, get centered on the emotions and the actions you want to take, you will win more days than you lose. And even the days that you struggle, you're going to have the skill sets to overcome and course correct them much quicker. So always work on you. Number two is be in the service of others. When you serve others and create incredible value, there's no way that you can't be successful, because the universe has a law called what goes around comes around. And when you give for the sake of giving, you will receive in return way beyond you could ever imagine. And number three is be humble. Be humble. Humble to the effect that, success is a team effort. And when we look at success, it's something that we can do collectively. And as a result, it's not about me. It's about the collective group and what we accomplish together. And that's one of the strengths as a great leader is the level of humility and praising others for the success of the organization.
We are about to move into, lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
What are you grateful for today?
It's a question I ask every single morning, and each day it always centers around my family. They are the core of my why. They're why I get up every day, and I work every day to be a better person than I was yesterday. So family.
How young are you?
I'm 18 with 39 years of entrepreneurial experience.
Wonderful. What do you want to do when you grow up?
I never want to grow up. I want to continue to be a kid at heart, enthusiastic and energetic, and always pursuing greatness.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
It's my AQ. It's my adversity quotient. I work really hard to shift the mindset of adversity as a challenge to an opportunity. I embrace adversity as an opportunity to learn and grow to make me a better person. And when I shifted that mindset, adversity stopped being a negative and turned into a positive. And then it becomes very easy to overcome adversity.
How do you start your day?
Each morning I get up and I go into my special office. There's a room in there, and I start with identifying my two most important tasks, the three things I'm grateful for. Then I visualize my day and my outcome. I say my affirmations, and then I'm ready to rock and roll and hit the day head on. So it's my morning 10-minute ritual. I call it my 10 by 10 formula.
What is the advice you will give to younger yourself?
It's funny. I was just thinking of this question not long ago. Really don't sweat most of the stuff you sweat. Most of the things we give energy towards just doesn't matter.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
I am so blessed. She trusts me implicitly. Not that every idea I've had has been a home run. However, she knows a majority of them have been pretty good. So she just lets me roll with it. I'm grateful for her.
What is the impactful business book you have read, and what did you learn from it? Can I see the cover, please?
Sure you can. It's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. At 17 years old, I was in my high school library, and I walked past and I saw this book. And it was ironic because I had never checked a book out of the library prior to that. I read that book from cover to cover, and it changed my life because I learned that success starts between the 6 inches of your ears. And In Napoleon Hill's book, he talks about how he studied successful people and what were the most common traits. And that's what I've tried to emulate in my life and teach to my clients.
Why being impactful is important to you?
On this journey of life, there's consumers and then there's givers. I want to be a giver. I want to be someone who leaves the world a better place than I came into this world. And being impactful means that my life mattered and that I impacted as many people as I possibly could. And so therefore, it was a life well lived.
Who is your living mentor and what's the impact?
I have many. But one that comes into mind, my real first true mentor was my father-in-law, Dr. Joe Siddique, who taught me what it was like to be a professional and how to be an entrepreneur and how to serve people and love people unconditionally. Incredible man.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Just somebody who cared, somebody who really had the interest of others at heart and made the people around them better by my presence.
Who is your ideal client?
My ideal client is the professional, the entrepreneur who really understands that personal growth and professional growth are synonymous. And they want more out of life than life is currently giving them. They want to have the kind of balance in their life with their family, with their health, physical and mental. And I want to help them share and give them the tools necessary to create a killer business and yet have an absolutely great personal life. So growth-oriented person.
How can we support you?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me on today. It's been great. Please check us out at PowerPassionProsperity.com. You can find our podcast, and it's on all podcasting platforms, or you can follow me at Dr. J. Laguardia on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook. And I welcome anybody who wants to check us out. I'll answer any questions that you might have.
We are about to wrap up. I'd like to have your few words about your today's guest experience on the show. Here is my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
Well, I would say that my experience on this podcast is unique in a sense. It's very organized, incredibly prepared. It makes the guest feel very comfortable knowing how the process is going to go, what the questions are going to be, and it's just it's a fun give and take. So I think Siddique, you and your team do a wonderful job. Thank you.
What would you say as a final word?
Live life to your fullest. We get one go around. Don't play small. Mediocrity is a sin. Step up to your greatness.
Thank you so much, Dr. J, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.